Hello everyone and welcome to round 50. As you can see, we lost a few troops but not as many as I had feared, so let's get in there and have a look. Who cares? That's unfortunate. That's good. We'll have to check that guy, see if he's any good, and that's also good. Okay. First things first, let's go have a look at the replay. Looks like this rebel unit got a bit frisky. So it looks like some rebels appeared. Again, he's just got so many damn artillery pieces. Looks like we held, but lost way more troops, which is quite annoying. Unsurprisingly, he pulled out of the pocket that was potentially forming there and basically got a whole lot of troops up to the front line. He's got so many troops, I can't understand how he's building them all. And looks like we held off an attack there, which is good. Cool, okay, that was fairly painless. Right, first things first, let's stop these rebels from doing anything unfortunate. Just gonna shuffle a few troops about with strategic moves to stop them cutting any of our vitally important roads. And then these guys, oops, wrong hotkey, these guys can chase them down. Right, lots of production, always good. Oh, we're losing energy. That's a bit worrisome, but that's the switch over to energy for you. I think I want missiles, because if you look over here, where the front line is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And a good missile launcher can reach 7 exits, so I can bomb the absolute shite out of all these logistical depots and the sort of things he's got up there, and we can hopefully roll over his soon-to-be starving troops. Obviously once I get missiles, but check the model. And it's quite crap. Okay, never mind, I will update my bazookas anyway.
Order acknowledged.
And we definitely want Heavy Grenadier Army, because the mix of RPGs and the mix of RPGs and machine guns is basically what you want for an infantry unit. Over here we're just going to sell off everything we can to get enough money to actually confront these questions, and I think I'll just take the unrest because did that not work? I thought okay, never mind. I think we're quite badly hurting for money at the moment. So, ignore it. Well, that's annoying. This is our new city that we recently captured. Nothing too surprising there, and no more decisions. Right, the first thing we absolutely have to do is go around and get everyone building another level of solar panel, because we do not want to be caught out without enough energy, especially now that we are switching over to run half of our army with it.
Yes, sir.
Cool. The other thing is, I did notice that we need to bribe the economic lady a bit. She could probably use a bit more of a boost, because we're very close to industrial, robotization, which is absolutely amazing because it doubles the amount of industry we produce, which will let us completely run away from not the Federation in terms of what we can field, rather than just sort of somehow maintaining parity despite having multiple times as much industry. It's all very confusing. I don't really understand how he's doing it. Although from... I can't actually see the governor stats. From what he said, his governor in his capital is an absolutely amazing leader and is practically tripling the output of everything there, which is quite annoying because it would be nice if we didn't have to worry about that sort of stuff. Right, I'm going to try a couple of assaults. So the first thing is turn off the defensive postures. That is a hell of a hex, so we are not getting through that. And it looks like, that's annoying, a lot of, not the Federation's troops are being switched over to defensive postures. Which is a pity. I could really use a break here, but I guess I'm not going to get one. God, there's a lot of... Why has he got so many tanks? He's pretty much replaced most of his tank force with these laser tanks, while I'm killing about the same amount as him, and can barely afford to, despite having multiple times as much industry. It's maddening. I really don't understand how he's managing this. Okay, I will I pretty much only have defensive postures, which is even more annoying. I think I'll have to go for defeat in detail. It's alright, but it's not amazing. Anyway, we will put that on our RPG fellas, who really can't do a lot on the offense. Oh well. Okie dokie, I am hopeful that we can get enough concentrated firepower on this hex to break through, because it is only Savannah and our tanks can actually do something. God, those falling quad lasers are just such a nightmare for us. That is far too iffy for what I want. Maybe if I bombard first. Let's see what that does. On the upside, we do appear to be hammering them quite a lot with our very large number of updated howitzers. Okay, these guys surrendered, so as you can see, their morale got... well, their readiness got absolutely crushed, so we really should be able to batter these guys out of the way now. Nope, didn't think so. This should be, well, don't want to say a relatively easy fight, because I'm sure I will jinx it somehow, but come on, 6-1, they've been absolutely hammered. Oh, yeah, we rolled over them with heavy casualties because these guys were overrun. Look at the bonuses from this guy, what the hell? I'm don't understand how he's getting such extreme bonuses from his commanders. I guess he just has a really, really good commander there. Hopefully, yes, that worked. I was I was hoping that would kill the commander because that's the headquarters of the really good one, but unfortunately not. I could possibly make that attack as well, which would threaten these guys with encirclement. Or I could play it safer and send them to reinforce this lot, who could be in a spot of bother next turn. Tricky. I don't know if I want to risk that, to be honest. Although these guys aren't on an attack posture. And... oh, holy shit. I did kill him. What? I didn't see anything to indicate in the battle, but I guess... okay, that's amazing, because I think he was one of the best commanders they had, and without a commander it means they don't get bonuses, so yeah, he's gone. We should be able to push this unit, which is, I think, one of his best units. Well. Ooh, are we going to win? We are going to win. Shit, that was close. The only things left were our artillery. Okay, so that's very good. Much better than I really had hoped, to be completely honest. Low mountains, blah. It's not digging them out of there. I wonder. Not even close. This guy's got the attack up here. I kind of hope for better odds on that, to be honest. See, I have the rockets in here somewhere, not that hex. Let's give them a battering, see what happens. Unfortunately, it looks like their counter battery fire was enough to keep them from taking too much damage. Although it did hurt their entrenchment and readiness, which is good. Okay, let's pile on everyone we can find and see if we can push them out of that hex. I wonder why it changed so badly when these guys get added. Perhaps they are... Okay, well, considering we're about 5-to-1 odds, we should really be able to overwhelm this hex. Although I'm sure it will go horribly because... ooh, ouch. That seems to be what happens. No, we did win. But at quite a cost. It's quite frustrating. Even when we win battles, we suffer more casualties, often by significant margins. It's largely to do with how tough his troops are in comparison to ours, which often comes from this technological disparity that we have. I'll mass all my artillery up the front here, so I can just kind of combine everyone into one big hammer and go through this kind of, you can see along here, this open terrain. So I'm hoping that we can take it over. Well, not take it over is perhaps the wrong word, but push it out the way and make a run for the city. On the attack, I think our tanks are about as good as his, despite his being technologically better. So I'm not super worried about that. And on the defensive, yeah, I think our infantry is slightly better, at least our modern ones. Let me just have a quick comparison. So what is that? 421, 566, and 1600, 522. Verse 334, yeah. Our guys are significantly better, except these Forlings are nasty customers. I'm legitimately quite surprised that we got such good odds on this attack, so why not?
Do it now.
Even then, look, kills a bunch of troops, and we're lucky that we got on the retreat. Oh well. Right, so that went reasonably well. We've pushed them out of the way in a couple of spots. It would be nice to have reinforced this a bit, but I think we killed the commander here. So he's going to be very pissed off about that. I think that guy, because that guy was basically a absolute genius at OHQ command. And without him, it's going to be, well, it's still going to be fine. Oops. Oh dear. Ambushed, and my entire unit was destroyed. Looks like I've gone through them all. Cool. Okay. Next thing for the turn is to update my infantry, as well as making sure I have enough ammunition for next turn, and hopefully enough to pay my troops. Well, that's probably a bit more optimistic. Yeah, okay, so the problem is I'm not investing in taxation or tariffs. That ought to do it. And, oh yes, I don't need any more of that. Although I do want launch optimization, because I am optimizing, well, I'm not optimizing, I'm researching missiles now, so you get that over about, I can't remember if it's 50 or 60, it gives you 2 extra hexes of range for a missile launcher, which bumps it to 7, and then that's the kind of crucial range where I can start shooting that absolute shite out of his cities. Right, that is pretty much the fighting done for this turn. I am, oh god, I have a lot of recruits. I'm not short of recruits. Ooh, I am short of armor. Okay. This guy, not needed anymore. So I'm going to disband this troop and move him off the HQ, which frees up a spot over here for some motorized artillery. And they can go into the 6th Infantry. I do wonder if I want to switch some of these guys over to Grenadiers. Interesting thought. My logistics are in quite good shape, so I might actually do that. Who wants to switch over? Actually, no, not right now. Not until I get a better model for RPG troops. Oh, maybe one. Maybe one. One of these guys. Perfect. That will use up some of those RPGs I have sitting around and hopefully decrease the need for new machine guns. Now, what do I want first, infantry or armor? I think I'll go fill out my armor brigades after, spending a bit more on some more artillery, because artillery are really what's letting me push these guys out the way. Let me just quickly check, see who is short of attachments. It is the 3rd Infantry. Have another one, and they are here. Same place. Oh, this guy hasn't actually been attached to anyone. That's weird. I thought for sure the 6th. Okay, I guess they have their full one. And these guys, the independent, oh right, they're up there. I don't want to disband them quite yet, but I will once they are done. Nothing to put down here. The red guys are down here as well. There's a spare one here, which is an all-out attack. I will, raise another artillery unit. Assign them. Okay, so that is all the fiddling around dealt with, and as you can see, I have built a very large amount of motorized howitzers. I'm kind of relying on these guys, to be honest, now, because as you can see this turn, they seem to have made the difference, largely because they're still on combat armor, but the problem is once you upgrade to heavy combat armor, they kind of get tough enough that the attack values of artillery aren't quite as effective. So I'm hoping to just use this humongous amount of artillery I've invested in to push through and get a bit of an advantage while I still can. The other thing is because this is a somewhat mediocre model, I would like to get the field testing up and then update it to perhaps a larger millimeter. Right, that is pretty much it for this turn. I would say we aren't going to pull off any further attacks, although they did go reasonably well. Let me just take a screenshot or two for everyone's viewing pleasure. And let's go and have a look down here. Still no kickoff. I mean, they're going to have to do it eventually, right? Or are they just going to stare at each other over a fence for the rest of the game? Looks like he's updated his tanks to be decent, but not incredible. And they're definitely all on the regimental individual unit sizes now. Same up here, and this one. If you look at my shared territory with him, he still hasn't really invested in much. These are all kind of mediocre units, although I'm getting a little bit leery about how many of them there are. And why are they out of supply? Oh, that's a bit... Oh, I can't actually do anything about it. That's unfortunate. I still don't quite need to station a lot of troops here yet. He's also not really building a lot in the way of logistical support this way. So I'm not super worried about it. Unless he's trying to be sneaky by doing something here, but I don't really understand what that is. Maybe it's an old enough version that would work. Right, that is pretty much it for this turn. As you can see, we've spent a lot of resources on artillery and tanks rather than updating. I may regret that, but it is what it is. I've got enough sort of laser guys seeded throughout my troops now to kind of give them enough of a backbone that they resist any attacks a little better. And, oh yes, the other news for the turn is I have spoken to Not the Federation, and we basically had a little discussion about whether or not we want to make peace. And I pointed out that he's throwing the game to Bloodfort, and he said, well, I can't fight Bloodfort anyway because they're at 100 relations somehow. So it looks like this battle is going to be to the death. Hopefully it will be his death instead of mine, but who knows? Is that a missing one as well, or is that just a fresh unit? This may just be a fresh unit, it hasn't had a commander yet. But yeah, the death of this guy is incredibly good, basically. I am beyond stoked with that, because he was a guy who was just stopping all of my attacks because of his absolutely astonishing rolls. So without him, this little section in the front may be in some trouble. I could upgrade this to a heavy core. In fact, I might do that. Wherever it is, admin is what I'm trying to go to. Wait, what? It already is a heavy one, isn't it? No? What? Ugh. I swear I unlocked this turn. Is that... Oh wait, no, I unlocked Grenadiers. That's right. Duh. Misremembering, obviously. Cool. Okay, that is it. I'm going to end the turn there. Thanks a lot everyone for watching.